Hey guys, ILene Vick here for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. It is Tuesday, August 15th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I am live. It is week 33 of 2023, and in my neck of the woods it is currently 73 degrees with a high of 78 and a low of 64. Not too shabby, but still pretty muggy. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my broadcast. I'm here for the next 3 hours for coloring, companionship, chat, friendship, giggles and laughs, pretty pictures, of course. Check this out. Almost done with this one. And like I said, some nice conversation. Welcome to my YouTube peeps who come in and chat with me. That's always fun. But if you can't make it, this of course goes to video on YouTube. But I also paste it in my Facebook group, Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. So you should join there because I give away freebies like this one to color. This is a freebie. And I always do a duet with everybody. So it's a duet and then 2 other pieces. Maggie says it's a cool 97. Happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to one and all, says Maggie. All right. So I hope everybody's having a decent day. So let's get our coloring gear going. Let me quit the intro chat. And let's get down to some serious coloring. Well, Maggie, you said it was in the hundreds, so I'm glad it's cooled down for you. Sorry about that. I keep reaching for stuff. Oh. Always something to put away. Okay, so hopefully you got this duet piece printed out. Posted this early in the morning so everybody could grab it. And then of course we have our knitting piece. Like I said, almost done with this. And then we've got our peep inspired coloring where you guys tell me what color you want me to make things. And I go ahead and do that. Linda! Hi, Linda. All right. So let's go ahead and start up on our lady friend here. Now, this is from our Be a Mermaid and Make Waves. This is my book. Oops. Obviously, I can only use my images as duet pieces. This little puppy, Coloring View, hello. So this is the book, Be a Mermaid and Make Waves, Jubilee, yada, yada, yada. Maggie did the cover. I think it's a cutie. Okay. So let's go ahead and get our flesh colors going. You want a light, medium, and dark flesh. Yeah, that's okay. I was gonna color CV as well. Okay, so we've got our light, we have our medium. And then we have our dark. Let me zoom in on that so you can see it. What a concept. And of course, you always want your paper towel underneath your hand. It just keeps your piece cleaner. CV, did you print it out? Okay, CV, it's posted in the group. I always post duets in the group, so yeah. All right, let's start coloring this bad boy. I'm sorry, that just struck me funny. Okay. So I'm going to start out with my lightest color. Now this is an absolutely great piece to color because it really shows our light, medium, and dark. Notice the lighter color on the top of the nose. And notice the lighter color on the cheekbone, because this stuff is all forward, right? Anybody else need this picture to color? Now this is our base color on this skin. And for those of you that are new, I always post my new duets on Facebook, and I use a GIF that says breaking news, so that way it's really obvious when you're scrolling through. Okay. So we've got our skin. Again, this is my lightest color of my light, medium, and dark. Let me sharpen. And I'm coloring in small strokes. And again, notice the highlight right here. See it? That's where that muscle is on the arm. Now, I picked coloring pieces for a reason. And the reason for this one is because of all the specific skin tones. And to show you placement. It's simple, guys. Very straightforward. And once you get the hang of it, skin is a piece of cake. Okay, let's slip over on this side now. And this is another little method that I talk about on when we're doing grayscale, is that if you want to define your piece, start with your lightest color, and color over the entire piece like this. Now, obviously that doesn't work on all things. There's always an exception to the rule. Now, check out on this upper arm. See the different shades of the color? And notice by doing the skin like this and doing it as the first thing, it helps define our whole piece. All right, let's work on this elbow. All right, now in the reflection in the water, I'm going to add just a very light swishy stroke here. In other words, I'm not going to fill it in. We're just going to add a hint of color. Check it out. See, that's it. Oh, that's right. CV doesn't have Messenger, does she? Okay. All right, any questions so far? Questions, comments? So now I'm going to get my medium color. And this is where we're going to start working on the shading of the face. Set timer for 50 minutes. Okay.
50 minutes, counting down.
Everybody with me on this? Oh, let me Hold on, I'm looking for something here. Anybody remember what blending, the definition of blending is? I gave it to you a couple days ago. Okay, now check out how this medium color is now starting to highlight the forehead and the cheeks. And the answer is when one color disappears into the next one. That's what blending is. Am I close enough for you guys to see this? Never mind, I'm just going to come in a little closer anyway. And then check our area between the nose and the eye. That's our little curve right here. Who's coloring this with me tonight? Isn't that beautiful? Check it out. All right, so let's go over to our arm now. Now, I want you to very closely look at this. See this highlight area in here? The reason I'm making a point of calling it out to you is because recognizing these areas and coloring them in like you should will help you with skin coloring and skin tones on the human body. Linda, hello. Okay, then we're going to come in around the bottom of the arm. We're going to go around the elbow, around the bottom. Now, here's another light area right here. Oh, excuse me. Camera shifted on me. And again, notice you can do an oval, draw an oval like this, see? See how I'm doing that? And I want you to also notice that I'm going to color in a little bit of an upside down U. See that right here? Almost like a little frowny face. And that adds dimension to this as well. Guys, not hard. Okay, let's take a look at what we've got so far, because it is beautiful. Okay. Now let's pay attention to our fingers here. You'll notice on the top that it's a little bit darker, and also on the bottom, but mostly on the top. You really want to get that coloring in because that'll make it look terrific. Let me sharpen here. All right, and let's work down the arm. Whoops, hold on. You guys know I like to work close up for you, so it's a little more of a job to stay on camera. That's why I slip every once in a while. And check out the shading down the middle of the arm. See it right here? Okay, and let's move on to the elbow. And remember, this is our medium color. And notice how I could put a couple of little spots on here, just for realism. All right, and let's get in between this hair. Now, I want you to notice I'm not coloring the entire spot this medium color. I'm just adding it for a little extra dimension on the side. Okay, let's take a peek. All right, Linda. Thank you. Guys, what do you think? Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-doo-doo. Let me grab some water. me get a little closer so you can actually see things. And by the way, guys, thank you so much for all your comments about the mermaid that I did yesterday using the mesh, the tulle. I hope you guys enjoyed that project. Now I'm taking my pencil, my light pencil, and I'm blending this up just a little bit more. So we've got this nice and smooth. And again, I'm adding just a swish of skin color into the reflection. Okay. Hold on. Now for some pretty drama. That made no sense. Now, we're going to get a nice dramatic effect. That's what I was trying to say. Because I'm using my dark shade, of my light, medium, dark. And I'm working on the shadow, right? We have shading and we have shadowing. Right now I'm shadowing. Now don't get tied up in the terminology. I just use these terms just to show you the difference of what I'm doing. And remember, you don't come in like a jackhammer with your pencils, very light. And if you want to make a darker version, if you want to make it darker, what do? Repeated strokes. And look how beautiful this is starting to work and take shape. And then I'm going to use just a little bit inside of that area between the inside of the eye and the outside of the nose. Check it out. And then I'm going to come down underneath the cheeks. For sure underneath the nose, because that's where a shadow is. You guys doing okay with this piece? Hi, Cindy. And then our darkest color around this outside, and check out the shading on the, or shadowing on the cheek. See? Okay. Now, also notice that the darker my outsides get, the lighter my initial light color looks. And if you feel that that's a little too light, which I do, let me pull out. I'm going to take my medium color and I'm going to balance this by very lightly going over the top. And I mean lightly. Look how much better that looks. Questions, comments? Isn't that beautiful? Now, guys, when you're coloring skin like this, don't get overly fussy. Okay, so let's go over to her left arm. I've got my darkest color of my light, medium, dark. And we're going to emphasize our darkest areas. Same thing on the arm here. Notice how I'm just sweeping that color. And then I'm going to concentrate down the edges of my arm. Now let me pull out and show this to you so you can see the difference between the two arms. Check it out. I think this is a ridiculously gorgeous picture. I love it. Now, don't be afraid to be robust with your shading and shadowing. And again, I'm shadowing right now. That means I'm putting in the coloring to give it the dimension. Depth, dimension, detail. And remember, the biggest thing that you don't want on your piece is what? Who can answer that question? And it happens from a lack of good blending. And the answer is streaking. Just had to fix a little area right there. Got a little carried away with my darkest color. All right. Let me pull out. Guys, thumbs up or thumbs down? Ah, get into my water. Anybody having any problems coloring this? Again, not hard. I'm just tweaking a little bit. Hey, Julie. There's my cover lady. Okay. Let's pop over to her right arm. Julie, how are you feeling? And today was the first day of school for the kids, right? Exhausted. Uh-huh. Ellie, hi. Welcome, Allie. Welcome, Allie. Welcome, Allie. Welcome, Allie, to my broadcast. Oh, tomorrow is first day. I misread my watch. It's Tuesday. For some reason, I'm thinking that it's Thursday. Allie, Maggie, is Allie still there? Allie, tell me what this is a picture of. Okay. She's on FaceTime with you. Show her, she says a mermaid. There you go. You got it, Allie. Okay, I need a little bit of an eraser here. See, another advantage of gluing my stubby pencils to number 2 pencils, you know, I cut my number 2 pencils in half. So half my pencils have erasers on them. So I can just grab one and erase. I love it. Okay. So your coloring should look approximately like this. Either now, if you've been following along, or in the future, if you're still catching up, or if you watch this broadcast after the fact. All right. Any questions? Open timer. Now I'm debating between blue and green eyeshadow and eyes. I really want to do those eyes, but I'm going to wait because we still need to do the tail. And that tail is really going to dictate what we do. Although, having said that, I'm really inclined to go with blue. What do you guys think? And for anybody that's new, don't hesitate to ask any questions. Okay. Anybody have a preference on the eyes? I am really leaning towards blue. Bluish green. Okay, I'm going to get a light color like this. Yeah, blue. Maggie, you're doing blue? Now I'm going to go pretty elaborate on the eyes. And as I've told you time and time again, when you have a coloring that has eyes, you really want to get those eyes right. Your eyes are going to set the tone. So I'm going to make my eyes pretty dramatic. Let me pull a light, medium, and dark blue. Ah! Let's see here. Hold on. Little technical problem here. Let me grab a pencil extender here. Okay. So, dark blue near the top. And it looks like I'm only going to be able to fit 2 blues in there, which is fine. And it's going to look a little awkward until we get the rest of the coloring in. And then our medium blue. A little bit of shading around the outside. And don't forget your eyebrow. And then I have to recoup my black pupil. And then I'm going to close this eye down just a little bit on this side. So I've opted for a combination, well, blue eyes. And then the green around the outside. And I'm going to be a little flamboyant with the green and come out past the eyebrow. Now, it looks a little wonky because we don't have the hair done, but that'll all come about. Not too bad. Okay. Hey, Kathy. Kathy, this is what we're working on. It's a grayscale mermaid. Any questions or comments? I think she's really looking lovely. And then, of course, I'm going to smooth out the skin just a little bit more. We'll do a finger blend. All right. Let me touch up something a little bit. All right. We're in pretty good shape. Any questions? We got our basic skin done. We've got our face. I have to do the lips. And I'll add just a hint of blush on there, but not much. Okay. And I'll put the white in at another time. Time to switch projects. Let me pull out. So I'm going to wrap up our knitting picture. Kathy, how did your coloring group go? I've got 3 things to do on this and then we're done. So let's go ahead and start on our grass. Kathy, I'm glad you like the mermaid. I think she's gorgeous. Whoops. Kathy, did you see the mermaid I just finished with the mesh on it and the starfish? Oh, the regulars were all there and 5 more people joined in. Cool. Now, I want you to notice that even with my base color, oh, you didn't see it. All right, let me grab it. Okay, this is the line art mermaid that we did. And what I did is I added some tulle, Tulle. I couldn't think of the name yesterday. It's that little meshy stuff. Let me see if I can find my roll here. It's this stuff. Whoops. And I went ahead, you tuck that back in so it doesn't go spinning off someplace. I went ahead and I happen to have, for decoration, some real starfish. And I went ahead and I glued some starfish to the page. And then I also glued starfish to the netting itself. Oh, my one starfish came loose. I'll take care of that later. Oh, maybe I'll do it right now. Hold on, guys. All right, that's fixed. So the idea being, of course, that the little baby is, caught, the baby and the mom are caught in a net. That the starfish are also attached to the netting itself, which I thought was cool. All right, let's get back to the subject at hand. Now, what I started to say is on this grass, even though I'm using my lightest color, I'm still going to go ahead and darken it a little bit. Kathy, how many are in your coloring group now? Maggie just sent me a picture. Let's see. Okay, so Toby, their dog, got neutered. Hopefully you guys can see this. Usually 12 people, last night 17. Cool. What's the cone made out of? Is that just something that you had at home? Oh, that's my face in there. Woohoo! So that's Toby. And we won't say cone of shame because this is a good thing. Yeah, I see the toy. Oh, Jay bought it. It's a soft material. And it's got a toy in it. Yeah, I saw that. Okay. Yeah, heal fast, Toby. And don't hold grudges. He had 3 toys in it at one point. How long do you have to keep the cone on? Two weeks. Oh man, this is so pretty. This is the Debbie Macomber book, Come Home to Color. Okay, Kathy, thank you. And for anybody new that's lurking, please don't hesitate to say hello. I truly do not bite. Okay. He was trying to play with Faith earlier, too. He's going to be hard to keep still for 2 weeks, I bet. Yeah, and he's a big dog, too. Sandy. Sandy Bobandy. I was just thinking about you. Dorothy is away traveling to Kentucky to see family. Sandy, I'll pull out in a second and show you the new duet piece. Okay, so let me pull out. This is also from my Be a Mermaid and Make Waves Jubilee. And I'm doing this because it's grayscale. So I wanted to do the one line art and one grayscale. It's a pretty nifty picture, I think. I love it. It's one of my fav pictures. So that's the one we're working on now as the duet. Okay. Now I'm going to come in with a light green, bluish green. And I'm going to use it to blend my grass. By the way, I saw a really neat movie on TV last night. It was called Charlie Chaplin, or just Charlie. No, it was called Chaplin. Robert Downey Jr. Any of you guys seen it? It was pretty interesting. And this grass is blending beautifully. I would recommend it. It's the one with Robert Downey Jr. in it. The poor guy was married 4 times, but on his 4th marriage, he ended up having, I think it was 8 or 9 kids. Linda, look it up. I think you'd like it. Oh, is this looking good? Oh, a long time ago, I remember that my friends and I liked that movie. Yeah. So you know the one I'm talking about with Robert Downey Jr.? The poor guy was falsely accused of impregnating a lady, and unfortunately, at the time that it happened, DNA testing was not accepted in the courts. And the DNA testing showed that he was not the father, but the court still ruled against him. And the epilogue mentioned that that was such a miscarriage of justice because eventually J. Edgar Hoover ended up kicking Charlie Chaplin out of the United States. Wouldn't let him live in the country. All right, check out the shades. Oh, he did an excellent job playing Chaplin. He really did. Okay, let me slide over this way. Now notice I'm adding my slightly darker green. I like movies, good movies like that one about Charlie Chaplin. The Untouchables was really good. Peyton Place was a good movie. Guys, what are you coloring while I'm doing this? Okay, check out the shades of green on this. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, now I'm going to come in with a third green. Oh, that's not quite what I want. Let's see. Bear with me while I dig into my greens here. Hey, Angela. There's the green I want. Okay. Now, the whole idea here, you know, this is, when you have grass in the background like this, that's relatively plain. So, we need to dress it up a little bit. And that's why I'm using these varying shades, and I don't like that green. So by using our different shades of green here, we're adding a lot more visual interest to this puppy. Now make sure that you don't end up with a blue-green like I accidentally did. And notice on my darker green here, I'm concentrating on these little spritz of grass that the author put in. And you know that the way that I want you guys to color as my peeps, Maggie's doing mousing around. Okay, Julie's filling out back to school paperwork for the kids. Kathy's got A Million Cute Animals by Lulu Mayo. Maggie is mousing around. I'm releasing a volume 2 on my mousing around Jubilee. Excuse me. I think you're really going to like it. Sandy, you're doing a Lana Green. I love it when you guys come in and just color with me. A lot of people tell me that they use my broadcast as their coloring time. And I thought that that was pretty cool. Yeah, Sandy, you use it as coloring time? Excellent. Okay, let me zip over here. I've got 3 shades of green on this yard. Depth, dimension, detail. Remember, guys, you want to delight the audience in looking at your picture, that you took the time to do this. And I look at your colorings when you post your pictures in other groups. And I look for the types of things that I'm talking about in my broadcast. Oh, is this pretty? Sometimes I even amaze myself. Oh, silly me. Isn't that pretty? Okay, now I need to grab some of my white paint. Angie, you're using this as color time. Good. Okay, little dollop of my white paint, which reminds me of my glue. And I'm going to be doing 2 things with it. Let's see. Oh, there's my little teeny tiny one. All right. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my mermaid for a second. And I'm going to add that little dot of white in the eyes. I really didn't want to get out my paint earlier. And we're going to put a little teeny tiny dot. What a difference. Isn't that phenomenal? Amazing what a little dot like that will do. A little dot will do ya. All right, so we got that. And then I'm going to work around some white on my flowers. And the reason that I'm doing this is because my purple flower came out to be pretty dark. So I'm going to add little teeny tiny dots of white. And look how cool that makes this look. I should get some kind of medal for these teeny tiny dots here. On these teeny tiny spots. It is doable. What a difference. All right. Let's do our blue flower. Oh, pretty. So what do you think on the white on our flowers? Now, remember, I colored these flowers brass. So these flowers are definitely, I don't know if you want to call them fantasy flowers. Decorative flowers as opposed to live. And of course it always helps when I'm lined up here. Oh, Sunday, your friends and you saw the movie Barbie. It's a cute movie. I even bought a Barbie shirt for the movie. My friends and I all wore pink. The theater was packed and everyone wore pink. So what is it about that movie that everybody likes? Tom Cruise is probably pulling his hair out because my understanding is that the Barbie movie is outselling Mission Impossible. And Sandy's wondering too what it is about that movie. Barbie is kicking Tom's butt. Oh man. I'll bet you Paramount isn't happy because that's, of course, who Tom Cruise works with. So now the question is, are they going to make a sequel? Oh, brother. Oh, is that cute with these dots? I'm debating putting little dots on my ladybug. Just because. Okay, there's dots on the ladybug. So guys, Kathy, what is the appeal of the Barbie movie? Oh, let me pull this out. You can't speak for everyone, of course. Your friends and you all loved playing with Barbie when we were little. Oh, yeah. It's also a clean, simple movie. Really? I was reading that it had feminist values in it. Although, of course, that's probably a man's review. Okay. So let's go ahead and play with the gate. Black pen, add a little bit of texture on it. And again, what do I say? Don't hesitate to draw in your books. Kathy, is that Barbie movie a Paramount picture? Just out of curiosity. Okay, blue sky. And let's go ahead and give that a little variance in color. Guys, after I do the sky, all I have left is the gate. You never thought about this till I saw the movie. Barbie had everything. House, car, camper, and could be anything she wanted. Ken had the beach, and Barbie, poor Ken. Okay. So, Kathy, what's the gist of the movie? What's the plot? Luba. Luba dooba doo. So good to see you. Luba dooba doo. So good to greet you. Luba dooba doo. How are you this evening? All right, let me pull out a second and show Luba the picture of the mermaid. She's working on it as well. Luba, this is what I've done so far on it. So I got the skin basically done. I got the eyes done. Remember, guys, when you have a picture with eyes in it, the eyes are going to make the picture. And of course, I still need to add the lip color, and I'll add just the lightest hint of pink. Oh, you don't want to give anything away. You like how Barbie brought people together. I sent Luba 3 mermaid pictures that were grayscale, and she independently picked this one. And that's the one, of course, that I'm doing for my duet as well. So that worked out. Yeah, the light on the arms turned out really well. Thank you. Yeah, I went to great lengths to highlight that light, Luba. And I particularly like this piece for my peeps because it clearly shows shading and shadowing on the face. On the face and the arms. Okay. Love this blue. I don't know what it is about this particular picture. It's one of those instances where you're coloring and coloring and coloring, and it just finally comes together. All right, here's the blue. How pretty is that? And then I'm going to do the brown on the gate, and we are done. Took a little longer to do it because sometimes I skipped over it to do the other images. Okay, disconnected here on my internet for a minute. Hopefully everybody's still here. So Kathy says it's not done until you frame this coloring page. Okay. Okay, we just have the gate to do. Kathy always wants me to frame my stuff. When Kathy likes something I'm doing, she always says, "ILene, it's frame worthy." All right, let's get this gate under control. So this is Come Home to Color. I am just about to finish this page that I've been working on with you guys. So we've got the gate. And guys, please, 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 if you're new, don't hesitate to say hello and don't hesitate to ask questions. Okay, so there's my light color. I'm going to pull in just a little bit more. Then we'll go with our medium. And I'm going to go ahead and make this center portion right here, this wood part right here. I'm going to emphasize that a little bit more. have fun with your pictures, guys. Look, don't just color pictures, okay? Color pictures to make a statement. Okay, then I'm going to come in with my dark. Excuse me for moving out of frame. That happens every once in a while. That's because I like to get close up and show you exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to add just a little bit of my darker color. There's 2 pieces of wood on here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Okay, Kathy, thank you. Got a little bit of like a second piece here. So we need to darken that just a little bit. And then we're going to do a little bit of shadowing. I'm going to pop in some gray here. Just going to darken in a tad. Now, remember I always tell you, don't make it obvious that you brought in gray, right? You want to see the effect, the result. And then I'm going to take my gray and I'm going to highlight these globes a little more. Okay guys, drum roll. I'm about to call this done. Somebody start a drum roll for me. Drum roll. Check out the shadowing between the slats. All right, here we go. You ready? Boom. Calling this one done. Questions, comments? Now, I want you to notice that everything is balanced so that one aspect of this doesn't outshadow or outshine. The rest of it, I need to change my background paper. Hold on. Let's do this. There we go. You can see that a little bit better. I want you to notice that one area doesn't outshine or compete with the other. There, is that better? Everything works with everything else. The wood on the bottom complements the wood up here. I made this brass color. I'm going to add a little bit green shading at the top of the jar just to pick up the grass a little bit. Any questions about why I did something? Okay guys, so this is done. I still like my cookie. I think that turned out pretty cool. So that was marker with pencil on top. Now, I also want you to notice, you know this teacup here? We needed to make that a lighter color so we didn't lose it in the wood. And on my yarn, these lines were not originally here. These thin lines, I went through and I made the yarn pieces narrower. So I think it turned out pretty well. And also check out the different shades of blue on the knitting. Okay, I'm happy with it. Thumbs up. And our little ladybug has white dots. Okay. Now, again, I'm not looking for compliments. I'm looking for comprehension on your guys' parts as to why I did something and why I shaded and shadowed. But thank you for your compliments. Oh, I'm definitely going to have to turn this paper over. Well, that'll be a project tonight. Okay. So I'm counting on your participation here. This piece, you guys are telling me what color you want me to make things. Now, the obvious things like the holly, I'm just going to go ahead and make green. The nose, I'll make the carrot color. And this one was the one where I added more snowflakes. I think it needed more. So, let's see. Linda wanted turquoise, Maggie wanted red, Kathy wanted brown on the pants. Cool. What color do you want the scarf? What do you guys think? I'm totally at your mercy as to what you want me to do with this. So, please speak up. Don't be shy. Pick a color, guys. Okay, Kathy, you're thinking red. Linda, red. Okay, you'll come back in about 6 to 10 minutes. Thank you, Luba. Sandy's thinking yellow. Anyone else? Bright red and yellow. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do so that the colors show up, I will use red and yellow, is I'm going to go with the yellow. Is my base color. And I'm going to use alcohol markers because I need to get into these little teeny tiny areas and I need the color to really soak in quickly. pretty. Oh, I just said that. Thank you, Julie. I said that before I saw your comment. Guys, please don't be shy about calling out colors. And if you're new to watching my broadcast, feel free to call out a color as well. How pretty is that? Okay, let me pull out so you can see what the heck is going on. We've got about 20 more minutes. Good night, Kathy. And then I'm going to come in with a bright red. Good night, Kathy. Good night, Kathy. Good night, Kathy. So glad you made it tonight. Hi there. Yeah. Okay. Oh, you came back with toast. That's cool. Oh, is that cute? All right. Now, since we're doing yellow and red, on the scarf. With your permission, I'm going to put some yellow on the zigzag. Anybody mind? What do you think? You guys okay with that? Kathy's talking about light brown hair. Julie, doesn't matter what I think. I'm not creating the coloring on this. You guys are. Kathy, we need to get you just to be a little bolder about saying what you want. Luba, are you saying goodnight? Or were you just saying goodnight to Kathy? It was for Kathy. That's what I thought. Okay. So Julie is voting for brown hair. You guys in agreement with that? Okay. Brown hair, brown hair. Okay. How cute is this? Your teeny tiny hairs underneath here. How cute. Now for that little strand of hair, I'm going to use a dark brown. Pencil is what I meant to say. I didn't finish the sentence. Okay, now we need to add some dimension to this hair. And since we made it so dark, I'm going to come in with a little bit of gray. Very lightly. Now remember, you don't want your gray to be visible. You want to see the effect. See the little curl that I'm adding in there? Depth, dimension, detail. Isn't that cute? Okay, now I'm suggesting some little sparkles on the scarf. So I'm going to, oh, got a spot I missed. I'm going to, hold on. Grab my rhinestones and sparkle this up. And I'm thinking about using pink. What do you guys think of that? Actually, I'm thinking the blue would look really cool too. Shoot some colors at me, guys. And I'm thinking a light blue. Linda blue, Luba blue. All right. Let me get my glue. And my little doobie here. I'm going to go with a toothpick. Hang with me, guys. I got about 5 more minutes. I'm on. There we go. Now, I'm using Elmer's glue. This stuff, it's a gel. And what I did is I made a little pile of it on my paper. And then I'm transferring it over with my toothpick. And the neat thing is, because we have these little spider lines on here, that will add to the effect as well. Hang with me, guys. I'll have this done in short order. How cute is this? Okay, now, I think it's awkward, so I'm this far with it. I think it's awkward that we don't have any of these blue near the edge. So I'm going to cover up one of these, or a couple of these dots. Let's see how many I want to do. We'll do 2. And that looks better. There we go. Oh, how cute is this? I only have a few more of these to put on. So we've got one there. Let me quit reaching across here. Now remember, when you put on rhinestones and stuff like this, anything that you're going to attach to your page, you've got to add glue. I do not trust the adhesive on stuff like that. Now again, we've got these little lines extending outside of the rhinestone. Luba, what do you mean I'll still have a part to do? I'm going to get a little bit of this extra glue off. Oh, you were talking about this bottom part. Okay, I got you. All right, now again, I'm going to add an extra rhinestone down here. And that is as cute as a button. What do you think? I'm going to move this one rhinestone here up at the top. Because I want two on there. Now, again, guys, if you don't like it, speak up. I think it looks pretty cool. Don't go overboard, though, with your rhinestones. 2 more and then I think we're good. I lied. Hang with me, hang with me. I promise, I'm almost done. Now, for those of you that are just watching, what do you think? Do you like it or not your cup of tea? Let's see. Okay, I think we're good. Maggie, you love it. Luba, awesome look. Okay. I think it looks cute. Okay, guys, I'm going to let that dry. I'm calling it an evening. Thank you for hanging with me while I ran over time. And for those of you that came in a little bit late, we finished Come Home to Color, which is the one with the knitting picture. And out of my book, Be a Mermaid and Make Waves, Jubilee. I love those eyes. Okay, guys. Oh, Sylvie, you're wonderful for the mermaid. Guys, thanks so much for stopping by. I'll see you tomorrow night, same time, same place. Guys, joyous, joyous coloring. I hope you're having fun. I hope you learned something. And I'm really enjoying doing that winter scene with you guys directing. Okay, guys, take care. Love you guys. You know I mean that. Till tomorrow night then. Bye.